The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. I would also like to remind you to give my channel a like and subscribe to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news, as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. Now have a look at this Ripple versus SAC case, the only chance the United States Securities and Exchange Commission has of winning an appeal, and the XRP lawsuit. Before we move on, there is a new cryptocurrency airdrop at the moment, right? Which will soon be available to the public. Kindly remember to take your time and take part in this activity. Within the video's description is where you will find the link. Alright, let's go with our video. Concerning the matter of Ripple versus the Securities and Exchange Commission, recent developments on the prospect of an appeal have disclosed that the agency intends to appeal Judge Tor's summary ruling on XRP. This information was released in the context of the case. As part of his investigation into the likelihood that the SEC will prevail in its appeal over XRP programmatic sales, John Dia, an attorney who supports XRP and other attorneys, participated in the investigation. Will the Securities and Exchange Commission be successful in its appeal of the Ripple case? There has been a sudden increase in the amount of speculation in response to the appeal that was submitted by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). The fact that the agency that Gary Gensler was in charge of can still submit an appeal was something that he mentioned, despite the fact that it was a total and absolute waste of the money that was provided by the taxpayers. It is not possible for an appellate court to reach the conclusion that Judge Torres made a mistake when he used the third prompt. This is because there is no way that could happen. In terms of the nature of the facts, the decision that Judge Torres made was highly factual. Due to the fact that XRP holders had already been eliminated from consideration, the SEC did not rely on the testimony of several experts regarding these devices. Despite this, the judge relied on the testimony presented. However, he maintains that the case will be returned back to Judge Torres, even if the Second Circuit Court concludes that Judge Torres made a mistake in applying the third criterion. He says this because he believes that the case will be referred back to Judge Torres. Once again, the Securities and Exchange Commission will be unsuccessful in its endeavor to win the Ripple case. This is due to the fact that the district court will reach the conclusion that the SEC did not demonstrate a common enterprise. As far as the attorney is concerned, the only way for Fred to have any chance of winning the case is for him to, as John Dedit has stated. Ripple is in agreement with John Dedit that it would be extremely difficult for the Securities and Exchange Commission to overturn the Torres conclusion. Additionally, he is of the opinion that the 3 justices who will be selected at random to hear the Ripple case will have a significant impact on the chances of the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) emerging triumphant in the case. If the CC were to attract 3 judges who were predisposed against the CSE, as stated by attorney Ripple, the CC would have a chance of winning the case. This is an exceedingly unusual scenario, but it is not impossible. Other attorneys, such as Bill Morgan and Jeremy Hogan, are of the opinion that a notice of appeal that was submitted by the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC) at the very last minute is something that they think. In the event that the Securities and Exchange Commission does not file an appeal over the case, it will be a big victory not only for the Ripple and XRP community, but also for other litigants who are challenging the SEC and the Second Circuit Court. In addition to this, they have the ability to argue that not all secondary transactions are considered investment contracts for periods of more than 7 days. The price of XRP presented a candle pattern that was neutral, and it was unable to break past the resistance that had been there for multiple years. The fact that this collection contains a number of candles that have short bodies and lengthy wicks is indicative of the fact that neither the buyers nor the sellers have taken the initiative to commence the transaction. Before making a move in a particular direction, investors in cryptocurrencies are keeping a close lookout for any updates or shifts in regulatory rules that may be enacted by the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC). XRP's price is anticipated to be higher, increased to $2 as the SEC continues to deteriorate prior to the appeal. A cryptocurrency enthusiast by the name of Danny sparked a heated debate on the subject of the potential appeal that the Securities and Exchange Commission (CC) could file on October 7th in relation to XRP through a tweet that was delivered not too long ago. Danny is of the opinion that the Securities and Exchange Commission (SACS) has lost its credibility, and that if XRP and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole continue to gain popularity, the only thing that can save them is completing their decision to not appeal. Regarding the topic of whether or not the cryptocurrency is regarded as security, the company that is responsible for XRP has been engaged in a protracted legal battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission as a result of the matter. Danny brings to our attention the fact that there are more than 40 days left till the elections in the United States. This will be followed by the mandated deployment of ISO 20022-25, which has the potential to significantly boost the use of blockchain technology throughout the banking sector. This will take place after this. The tweet also claimed that institutional asset managers are optimistic about cryptocurrencies and that the industry would continue to thrive as a result of banks' growing interest in tokenization and blockchain use cases. Both of these points were mentioned in the tweet. I get the idea from Danny that the Securities and Exchange Commission is less likely to pursue an appeal because there is a likelihood that new legislation will be enacted to support Bitcoin. At the time of this publishing, a significant breakthrough is on the horizon for the cryptocurrency known as XRP. As of the end of the trading day, the price of XRP was $0, and it was trading at $58, which represents a loss of 0.56. There is a possibility that the market will continue to consolidate for the next 10 weeks, and it will continue to struggle to break through the overhead trend line that has been intact since September of 2021. This is suggested by the minor retreat that has occurred. There is only a 2% chance that the coin price will make a challenge to the trend line that is located above. A cryptocurrency specialist by the name of Dark Defender drew attention to the trend line that is falling, which is an indication that a breakthrough of this resistance level is becoming closer and closer. Taking into consideration the date for filing an appeal with the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) as well as the potential repercussions, the SEC has until October 6th to decide whether or not they will file an appeal. The chance that the ruling of the court could be changed in any way is something that some investors are worried about, as stated by Matthew Perry. These investors are concerned about the likelihood that the price of XRP could decrease. In the present moment, the price of XRP is trading at 59 cents, and its market value is currently $0.005. At the moment, the capitalization is $33.3 billion. However, due to the fact that the legal matter has not yet been addressed in its whole, the whales are being cautious. Moreover, many people are of the opinion that the Securities and Exchange Commission is maybe aiming to hold down the development of XRP in order to give other projects that are comparable the opportunity to compete. It is possible that the SEC will still file an appeal, despite the fact that Ripple has made it abundantly apparent that they do not intend to do so. There is a possibility that this will cause investors to wait even longer for a decision. Investors have already experienced a tremendous lot of frustration as a result of the fact that they have been waiting for more than 4 years. You will be able to experience joy in Dogecoin and make huge gains during the Doge 2014 event. During the celebration of Dogecoin, Doge 2014 was successful in raising a total of $500,000, gaining access to an exclusive airdrop, and maybe making a significant amount of money because of it, displaying additional plus the performance of the XRP price market in the face of uncertainty, and gaining access to an exclusive airdrop. Because of the price of XRP, the market has been able to sustain its consistent performance. The fact that the daily trading volume of XRP is roughly $1 billion and that the market capitalization to volume ratio is approximately 3% is something that Perry brings to the notice of the audience, despite the fact that an appeal is a possibility that is becoming closer. Taking into consideration the current state of the law, this is a respectable statistic. The stability, on the other hand, may be disrupted if the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) were to proceed with an appeal, which would lead to additional price reductions. Others have hypothesized that the Securities and Exchange Commission is attempting to protect institutional interests, maybe at the expense of normal investors, as a consequence of the legal challenges that have emerged as a result of the situation. It should be noted that the material that has been supplied is not intended to serve as business advice. In the event that any investments are made on the basis of the information that is provided on this page, there is no responsibility for those investments. Prior to making any choice on investments, we strongly recommend performing independent research